and members of the board. I am Allison Miller, the proud principal at Paschal Elementary. I am honored to introduce to you this evening our student representative, Autumn Whidbey, an amazing fourth grade student. She is a remarkable leader in her classroom and on our campus. She dedicates herself to achieving her greatest potential in her academics every single day. She is an incredible problem solver and perseveres through challenging experiences. In addition to her academic excellence, she is a compassionate friend who values others and serves as an outstanding role model for her peers. Autumn's favorite subject in school is reading, and she especially enjoys the I Survive books. Outside of school, Autumn loves to do gymnastics, especially tumbling, and she also enjoys playing games with her brother, sister, and friends. She is joined this evening by Chief Master Sergeant Albert Whidbey and Missy Whidbey, a fourth grade teacher at Paschal, as well as her siblings, big sister Ansley and little brother Albert. Parents and siblings, please stand or wave and be recognized. Next, these two SCUC exceptional students will now lead us in the pledge for this evening.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I could have done it that age, but they made it look easy, so I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, and hopefully you do well in softball you're playing. Hope you do very well. Looks like you're gonna do good. Thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna move on now to the President's Welcome, which I guess I've already started. This is our last regular meeting within the school year. After this, we're gonna be in the summer, and unfortunately, summer I think came in with a vengeance. So thank God we're in a nice air-conditioned place, because this is Texas and this is South Texas on summer, so we're on our way. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. We got a pretty good agenda tonight. We got a lot of recognitions to get to and other things. So thank y'all for coming out for this very last one. And guess what? September will be here before we know it. So just get here with South Texas summer. We'll get through it. And how many more days of school left? Six. And we're done. So I'm sure the parents are like, wait a minute, can we make a few more days? But of course, that's where the calendar goes. So anyway, September will be here, and actually August will be before we know it. So thank y'all for coming out tonight. And we're going to move right to the next item, which is the Vice President's presentation of, I think I said that right, of District Call to Action and Learner Outcomes. Vice President Teacher Seaman.
SCUC Call to Action. Through high quality and student-centered learning experiences, students will leave SCUC confident, empowered, and prepared with the skills to pursue their individual passions. Our learner outcomes: every student will graduate or transition with the 1, adaptability, problem solving, and social skills needed to independently function as appropriate for their future endeavors. 2, understanding of their greatest assets and how they can contribute to industry, society, and their community. 3, appropriate understanding understanding and application of professional and personal communication skills, including verbal and written expression. And 4, skills to achieve their personal, academic, military, and career potential.
Thank you, Vice President Seaver. Our next item is Board Resuscitation of Trustees Commitments to Excellence. Let's go tonight with Ms. Carpenter.
We are committed to maximizing achievements for all students.
We recognize the invaluable contributions of our teachers and our staff and are dedicated to supporting the professional growth and well-being.
We are committed to providing appropriate and innovative resources and curriculum.
We are committed to exercising fiscal responsibility for the long-term benefit of the parents, guardians, citizens, and employees of the district.
We are committed to providing safe, secure, and supportive environments for working and learning. We believe that public education is best defined by the local community with limited government involvement.
Thank you, Board President. Our next item is Vice President's overview of good governance indicators and board member ethics. Again, Vice President Seaver.
Every month, we highlight a different portion of our good governance soft check as well as our board ethics. This month, I'm going to highlight on good governance, board actions reinforce the central importance of board adopted goals and the day-to-day work of the district. The criterion for consideration: deliberation on major items before the board routinely include a discussion of the recommended actions' impact on the meeting board adopted district goals. Board documents demonstrate alignment of the agenda item to the board approved goals. And there is documentation that the budget review process is consistent with board adopted goals. Under our ethics, I'm going to highlight commitment to service. It is the expectation that all trustees adhere to the board code of ethics and strive to promote ethical behavior in the governance structure throughout the organization and in interactions with workforce, vendors, and stakeholders. Commitment to service. I will focus my attention on fulfilling the board's responsibilities of goal setting, policy making, and evaluation. I will diligently prepare for and attend board meetings. I will avoid personal involvement in activities the board has delegated to the superintendent. And I will seek continuing education that will enhance my ability to fulfill my duties effectively.
Thank you, Vice President Seaver. Next item is recognition items, and first on our list is recognition of student representatives for the month of May. Superintendent Malone.
Thank you, President Finley. Tonight from Steele High School, we have Addison Flannery, an 11th grader. She's here with her assistant principal, John Zamora. And second of all, we have Saya Shadavandi, a 12th grader from Samuel Clemens High School with her assistant principal, Lena Smith. And so they will go separately and then come around and join us up here on the dais for the rest of the meeting if they choose to do so.
Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and members of the board. I am John Zamora, Assistant Principal at Byron P. Steele High School. At this time, I would like to introduce to our student representative, Addison Flannery, who is a junior at Steele High School. Addison is representing yearbook or journalism this evening. Addison has attended Simple Elementary, Slaughter Intermediate, Dobie Junior High, and now Steele. During her time at Steele, she has been involved in various activities and has been allowed to explore multiple interests. Addison is an active member of Yearbook, where she has served as the editor for the past 2 years. She is also a part of the swim team. Addison exhibits many of the traits of a learner in SCUC in that she has contributed to the community through her volunteer efforts. In the summer of 2022, she volunteered her time at the Culinary Cottage in Bracken. It was there that she helped children learn to bake over a 3-day period. Addison maintains an 86.34 GPA and is looking at several options after graduation, one being possibly studying abroad in Australia or Europe, which I like, attend Kansas State University, or enlist in the Army. Addison's mother is Miss Shelley Flannery. Also in attendance is her yearbook sponsor, Miss Stephanie Strange. Please stand and be recognized. Now, I present to you Miss Addison Flannery.
Hi, my name is Addison Flannery, and I'm a junior at Steele. Currently, I am finishing my 3rd year in the journalism program and my 2nd year as an editor of our school yearbook. I also take part in my school swim team, which I've been a part of for 3 years now. I'm a military brat who loves to spend time with my family whenever I have the chance. Journalism plays a big role in my life and has taught me crucial day-to-day skills as well as having allowed me to be creative. It helps me, among other things, to be a better communicator, to overcome adversity, and work in a fast-paced environment. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to speak with all of you today and represent our school's yearbook program. Thank you.
Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and members of the board. My name is Leanna Smoot. I'm an assistant principal at Samuel Clemens High School, and I'd like to introduce to you tonight our representative, Saya Shauna Bandy. Saya is currently a senior at Samuel Clemens High School, and she's also our current president for our chapter of the National Honor Society. Saya has been a student in our district for 9 years. She has attended Green Valley, Schlother, and Corbett prior to attending Clemens. Saya has been actively involved in many clubs and organizations here at Clemens, to include Student Council and HOSA, the Health Occupations of Students of America. Saya is the founder of the AP Scholar Prep Tutoring Program, which has now become a free tutorial service for current AP students from former AP students. During the 2021 and 22 school year, Saya was a freelance photographer at Crosspoint Church, where she assisted with taking photos of the youth ministries and posting them on their social media websites. On top of that, every summer, Saya also assists with teaching prospective tennis players with basic skills such as serves, backhands, and volleys. This current year, she was named as one of many recipients for a nationwide National Honor Society scholarship. She is in our top 20 of the senior class and is an AP Scholar with Honors and honoree of Profe Ramirez's AP Spanish 4 class. Saya plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin and major in biology. With that degree, she hopes to pursue a career that has a background in medicine with public speaking. Saya is joined tonight by her NHS sponsor, Miss Jessica Grant, fellow NHS officer Haley Hewlett, and her mother, Shelley Coy, and her brother, Rahal Shauna Bandy, are attending virtually. Please stand to be recognized. Now I would like to present to you Saya Shauna Bandy.
Good afternoon. My name is Saya Shauna Bandy, and I'm honorably representing the Samuel Clemens NHS organization as a 2-year member and the current club president. I first discovered NHS in my middle school years, where the junior club is known as NJHS. As the type A paranoid 7th grader that I was, I truly believed that if I wasn't a member and the president, I would never get into college. As you can imagine, it was truly devastating when I missed the club elections due to an accident on 15/18, leaving the title unopposed for my then mortal enemy and now one of my current best friends and vice president to take the spot. Despite my middle school hiccup, my ambition to be in the club remained constant. I continued as a general member in 8th grade until COVID, then rekindled my relationship with the organization in high school, where I was inducted as a junior into the club that had such high expectations in my mind. To be frank, the club underscored my high hopes, which prompted me to run for an officer position and seek a new sponsor as the former decided to step down. I promised myself to make big changes and thankfully had a supportive officer team and a wonderful new sponsor willing to help me by any means. Miss Jessica Grant was willing to help us in any way, learning and growing despite tedious PO forms, shirt orders, and emails to and from various fundraising organizations. NHS has given me the confidence to go beyond what I'm accustomed to, even earning me a scholarship I intend to use in my secondary education. NHS is more than just a national organization for, quote, the smart kids. It's a community of leaders consisting of soccer captains, softball managers, tennis qualifiers, star athletes in football, drum majors, and so much more. There's never another time in high school where all of our leaders gather together to make a difference in our world. I truly believe that the lessons in our club have shown us that there's more to life than personal fulfillment, and the most rewarding accomplishments are found when helping others. Thank you.
Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and members of the board. This evening, we're privileged to acknowledge students who have earned acclaim to state or national level. We will honor students who participated in FCCLA, art, soccer, track and field, and DECA. We are grateful for their commitment and dedication to achieving excellence at such a high level. Students, once your name is called, we'll ask that you go and shake hands with the board members left to right. We'll ask you to wait right back over there by Ms. Dolphine as a group, and then we'll take a group picture with each group. Parents, we also ask that you hold your applause till the end. We've got quite a few kiddos to introduce tonight, but after each group, you are welcome to hop up and take pictures. So our first group tonight, I'd like to welcome Steele High School SCCLA sponsor, Ms. Jana Mahoney.
Good evening, Superintendent Maloney and the amazing school board. Tonight I have the privilege of honoring 3 amazing young ladies who advanced to nationals. 2 of them did in leadership, and one is actually a national officer candidate, so she's running for officer. First up is Taylor Duncan. Marissa Estromera and Jenalise Keelis.
If you guys will go to the center for a picture, thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce FCCLA sponsors Angelica Morales and Gracelyn Ecomitis from Dobie Junior High.
Good evening. We are excited to present to you our national qualifiers, Kaden Grimes, Asa Perry, Brianna Usiabulu, Jillian Bessich, Nathan Judy, Cassandra Macello, Jason McGee Jr., Savannah Paulsgrove, Maddie Garcia, Jason Salinas, and AJ Namokatkat.
Yeah, parents, you're welcome to step up for a picture. Next, help me welcome Steele High School art teacher, Mr. Brady Russell.
Good evening. It's my honor to honor Vian Torek. She is a Gold Seal winner at State Base, an incredible artist, and as senior this year, she will be truly missed.
Next, we have a few athletic groups to recognize. First, from Steele High School girls soccer, Coach Leslie Ott.
Good evening. We had 6 seniors this year, and something happened this year that's never happened before. All of our seniors received academic all-state recognition, but only 4 are able to be here tonight. We have Alana Gordon, first team all-state, Aaliyah Gordon, second team all-state, Abigail Fagan, second team all-state, and Noelani Agel, second team all-state.
Next, also from Steele High School girls track coach, Shalendria Dulce.
Good evening. Thank you for having us here and recognizing our amazing student athletes tonight. I had 4 academic all-state athletes. One was able to make it tonight, and her name is Justice Boston. And if I can brag on her a little bit, Justice broke 2 school records this year in the long jump and the triple jump. And she also qualified for the state track and field meet in the long jump, and she walked away the 9th best UIL 6A long jumper in the state of Texas.
Steele High School head boys track and field coach, Justin Volk.
Thank you guys for having us. The 3 representatives I have tonight for the boys track team, they're all seniors. We had a heck of a year this year, won the area championship, had the first state champion in Steele track history. So the first one is academic all-state, Brian Rios, 100.4 GPA, Brian Rios. State qualifier, a 4-year letterman in the discus, 4-year letter winner, 3-year regionals, and qualified for state this year was the 8th place discus boys 6A, Abden Mata. And last but not least, an incredible story. This guy, he started in PE. I recruited him to run the hurdles his freshman or sophomore year. He went back to PE. Coach Jackson, she saw him touch the rim, and she's like, man, maybe you should be a high jumper, not a hurdler. So he was on JV. He jumped 5'8" his junior year, an incredible story. And then this year, he won district, he won area, he won regionals, and he won the first state championship in steel track history, Zaire Cunningham. Also the school record holder with 6 feet 8 inches.
Steele High School head boys soccer coach, Jason Burnett.
Thank you guys for having us and recognizing all these kids. This is my 5th year at Steele High School, and by far this group is a special group to me because they've had me all 4 of the years. And they know as freshmen, when they started, academics was hugely important to me. They can tell you the amount of times that they didn't want to get that slip from me. And We ended up with, out of 16 seniors, 8 of those seniors were academic all-state, and 4 of those 8 made in the top 10%. We even have number 5 in the class as well. So as much as accomplishments we had, getting solid second place, was only losing 1 game in district, setting a school record for goals from 65 to 80 this year. So they had their gains on the field, but big in my heart as an educator, they had the gains in the classroom. First up is one of our captains, Andres Gutierrez. Next is top 10%, Luke Foyts, sorry. Top 10%, Tyler Holler. And our captain, Chase Johnson. The 4 that couldn't make it were Ramon Gutierrez, Joseph Ripley, top 10%, Tracy Barra, and Philip Cooper Chappell, which is our number 5 in the class. Thank you.
Next up, from Clemens High School, girls soccer coach Christian Guerra.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having this opportunity to recognize these wonderful ladies that we have here before you. Something about them is this year, for our first time in a very long time, we had no student athlete fail 9 weeks the entire year, and it's up to these 2 seniors to help lead us do that. So first up is one of our captains, Cheyenne Grant. Our next one is Lily Roberts. And we had 2 that could not make it, unfortunately. Anna Pata and Parker Russell. Thank you.
Next, to recognize our Clemens High School boys track and field all-state folks, we have our athletic director here, Coach Scott Linhoff.
Good evening. Coach Voos is our head coach. He's across the street fulfilling his football obligation at the spring game, so it's my privilege to announce a group of guys that made us extremely proud this year. As a boys track team at Clemens High School, we were we brought home our first district title since 2011, which is an exciting night. Our 4x2 team, who we'll announce tonight, was area champions, regional champions, and also state qualifiers as well. So without further ado, I'll introduce these guys. First up is Cameron Owens, state qualifier track and field in the 4x2. Josh Jackson is also playing the spring game. He's not here, but we've got Xavier Jordan, also state qualifier track and field in the 4x2. Damian Robinson, state qualifier track and field, 4x200 meter. Michael Rivera, state qualifier track and field, 4x2. Tonight we also have with us Adrian Rivera, who is THSCA Academic All-State.
last group of students that we're going to recognize tonight from Clemens High School. Help me welcome DECA sponsor James Pratt.
Good evening. I'm here to recognize the Samuel Clemens DECA group. These students advanced from districts to state, and 3 of them advanced from state to the national competition. State was held in Houston, and they competed roughly against 5,000 students, and the national competition was in Anaheim, and there was roughly 23,000 students out there. So it was a pretty big competition. So starting off with Celeste Boyd, she was a state qualifier. Next is Eliana Chacon, state qualifier. Lisette Cruz Silverio, state and national qualifier. Victoria Gonzalez, state qualifier. Lila Gossett, state qualifier. Ian Geary, state qualifier. Anna Lee, state and national qualifier. Danica Marquez, state qualifier. Madeline Olson, state and national qualifier. And then Braden Ontiveros, state qualifier.
Congratulations to our students. It's one of the reasons we have achievements, to make sure they are recognized. They are doing amazing things, and I think it's a good idea to recognize them, and this is a great place to do that. So congratulations to all our students for all their achievements this year. At this time, we'll move on to recognition of the SCUC-ISD Child Nutrition Staff in honor of National School Lunch Hero Day, which is May 3rd.
Good evening. Oh, hold on. Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and board members. Child nutrition staff were recognized May 3rd, 2024 in honor of National School Lunch Hero Day. These everyday heroes are committed to the health and well-being of our children by serving nutrient-rich meals. Close to 100 child nutrition workers serve nearly 15,000 meals on a daily basis. They balance many roles by following numerous federal, state, and local regulations while adhering to strict nutrition standards and managing student allergies. Let's take this opportunity to thank these hardworking heroes for their dedication and for the difference they make for every child they serve. Thank you.
Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, members of the board. I want to thank you for the opportunity to bring before you this recognition item tonight. Our Leaders of Innovative Teaching Academy, affectionately called LIT, is made up of campus staff across the district who apply and are accepted into the program. We learn and share new and more effective ways to leverage technology in their campuses and classrooms, resulting in increased student engagement and growth. This academy is the concentrated work of our instructional technology coordinators who share these same practices day to day with our campus teachers and administrators. We want to recognize the effort that our LIT Academy participants have put into their growth this year, while also publicly acknowledging that their leadership has only just begun. As with former LIT participants before them, they join in the propagation of effective use of technology in all SCUC ISD classrooms. So I'll read the names of the participants who are able to be here tonight. They'll receive a certificate, and then they can walk up and shake hands. We'll take a picture afterwards. Katerina Talley, Jessica Hernandez, Tammy Lilly, Christine Yowell, Lori Kolajetsky, Carrie Hoffpower, Brianna Parks, Beatrice Rodriguez, Justin Hellman, Carla Valdez, Rebecca Boisenalt, and Darcel Zentiel. And by the way, joining us tonight, the instructional technology coordinators, Linda Coolball, Jennifer Oliver, and Devin Hewer.
Good evening. Well, I'm like a proud mama. Tonight I have the honor of recognizing our second cohort of Leadership SCUC. So Leadership SCUC is a program that we developed 2 years ago, and it is an excellent opportunity to engage members of our community who are interested in becoming more informed of what goes on behind the scenes of running the school district. The program consisted of 5 sessions held all over the district, including our campuses, our professional learning center, and our central office building here. And our participants had the opportunity to meet with administrators and school board members, because many of these folks have expressed an interest in future service as a board member. So it allowed them to get an opportunity to look behind the scenes at career and technical education, our fine arts programs, but we also dug into the oh-so-fun topics of budgets and so much more. Most of our sessions were held in the evening, which was a huge commitment for these folks, and 2 were held during the day so that we could give them an opportunity to engage with even more of our amazing students. This program offers a wealth of knowledge about our school district, which I love dearly, and it also garners a great appreciation for the educators and the folks that I get to work with every single day. So this evening we are honoring these participants for the investment of their time. So you guys were in the car for most of this, because I was texting them because there was nowhere for them to sit. So after I call your name, you're going to come get your certificate, walk around, shake hands, and then we're going to take a picture, okay? And these are out of order, so I'm just going to call Jeanette Gonzalez, Jeff Kurlick, Justin Archibald. Justin became my pseudo co-director in this thing. He was always there early, greeting everyone and making sure everyone was situated.
Just let me know what you need next.
Crystal O'Donnell, Megan Mencia, Nicole Forsberg, Rebecca Jacobs, and last but not least, Amanda Nolan. It's over there. So let's give these folks a round of applause.
Recognition of SCUC ISD teachers in honor of National Teacher Appreciation Week, which was May 6th through the 10th. Sarah Duffin.
Good evening. It is my greatest honor to recognize National Teacher Appreciation Day, which was May 7th, and then also National Teacher Appreciation Week, which was the 6th through the 10th this year. This year, Teacher Appreciation Week was a special time to honor all teachers who lend their passion and skills to educating our children. This year's national theme was Teachers Are Shining Stars. Just like stars, SCUC teachers shine bright, illuminating the world for our students in so many ways. Whether it is our pre-K kinder teachers who welcome and nurture our children's first experience in school, our elementary teachers who build the foundations our children need in so many areas, socially and academically, our intermediate teachers who support our blossoming young adults as they transition into junior high, or our junior high and high school teachers who experience the greatness of impacting our children's transition into tremendous young adults as they find their passions and talents. All teachers, and most especially SCUC teachers, make our community and world a brighter place, one student at a time.
I'd like to thank our teachers in honor of this. Without our teachers, we wouldn't have schools, we wouldn't have public schools, we really wouldn't have a society. So I'd like to thank our teachers. We need to thank them every day, and the fact that we have National Teacher Appreciation Week and National Teacher Appreciation Month, I think it's one of those things where when you see a teacher, be sure and thank them, because they are doing a heck of a job, and I think we see that every day, because without them, we wouldn't have the great schools we have, we wouldn't have the society we have today, and this goes back many, many decades. So I'd like to personally thank the teachers, and I think on behalf of the board, thank you for everything you do. We wish we could do more for you, but thank you for showing up every day and doing the job you do, because it's amazing. I couldn't do it if I wanted to, so I really appreciate y'all coming out every day and teaching our students. Thank you. The next item is recognition of SCUC ISD principals in honor of School Principals Day, which is May 1st this month.
Good evening. We celebrated National Principal Day on Monday, May 1st. And on this day, we recognize and appreciate the important role that principals play in our schools and communities. Principals are responsible for creating a positive school culture and ensuring students receive a quality education. They are also responsible for managing the day-to-day operations of the school and making sure that all our students, teachers, and staff feel supported and valued. It is important to recognize the hard work and dedication that principals put into their jobs every day. They often work long hours and face many challenges, but they do it all for the benefit of their students. So let's take a moment and show gratitude and appreciation for our school's excellent principals.
Just like our teachers, our principals do a job that there's not enough thank yous out there to do them. All on campuses, from elementary all up to high school. There's only 256 6A high schools in the entire state. We have 2 of them, and they both do an amazing job. But to say item is recognition of SCUC Independent School District nurses in honor of National School Nurses Day, which was May 8th.
David Thien had a family event to attend tonight, so I'll step in for him. Since 1972, National School Nurse Day has been set aside to recognize the role of school nurses in the educational setting. We use this day to honor all school nurses for bridging healthcare and education, providing care coordination, advocating for quality student-centered care, collaborating to design systems that allow individuals and communities to develop their full potential. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also noted each May a day is set aside to recognize the innumerable contributions of school nurses. Their excellence and far-reaching positive impacts showcase the best in Texas. Furthermore, proclaiming May 8th, 2024 is School Nurses Day. He encourages all Texans to express gratitude for their school nurses of the Lone Star State, noting their hard work and expertise help keep the next generation of Texas leaders safe and healthy.
Thank our nurses for keeping our kids safe and healthy. That's a heck of a job, so appreciate it. That's all I can do every day. Thank you. Especially after COVID, we can't thank all enough, so I appreciate that. Our next item is recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month in May.
That's fine. Good evening, Superintendent Maloney, President Finley, and members of the board. First celebrated in 1949, Mental Health Month raises awareness of trauma and the impact it can have on the physical, emotional, and mental well-being of children, families, and communities. Throughout May, many will actively participate in this national movement dedicated to extending support, fostering public education, and advocating to prioritize the well-being of individuals and families affected by mental illness. This campaign also champions the importance of destigmatizing mental health without guilt or shame. This year's theme is Take the Moment, which encourages open dialogues cultivating empathy and understanding. We know that good mental health is essential for a person's overall health and directly impacts their behavior and ability to learn. We are thankful for our mental health and crisis counselors, our school counselors, our social worker, and our communities and schools site coordinators, along with all of the community partners who continue to support positive mental health at SCUC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next recognition is of curriculum and celebration awareness.
Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and members of the board. SCUC joins the nation in observing Asian Americans Pacific Islander Heritage Month this May. AAPI Heritage Month originated as a week-long celebration first observed in 1979. In 1992, New York Congressman Frank Horton introduced a bill for the month of May to receive this designation. Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month honors the enduring legacy of Asian Americans and Pacific Island Americans. It celebrates their significant contributions in literature, history, the arts, culture, film, and leadership. Asian American Pacific Islander lead many communities in education, medicine, finance, government, and international trade. The May celebration includes all of the Asian continent and the Pacific Islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. We honor and appreciate our Asian American Pacific Islander students, families, and staff.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to public comments, and I got a little script to read, so I'm going to go right to it. The Board of Trustees will now hear public comment statements. In order to provide consistency and fairness to all individuals, public comments will be heard in accordance with Board Policy BED Local and procedures outlined in Administrative Regulation BED. The Board strongly discourages inappropriate comments on individual personnel or students in public session. Complaints or concerns will be considered by the Board only after the complaint has followed the guidelines prescribed by the applicable policies such as DGBA Local, F&G Local, or GF Local. Public comments will be limited to individuals signed to participate in the public comment portion of the meeting before the board meeting is called to order. An individual who decided to participate in the public comment portion of this meeting, may not relinquish their time to another individual. No public comment shall exceed 3 minutes. To ensure compliance with time limitations, a yellow card will be held up by the board secretary at 2 minutes, and a red card will be held up at 3 minutes. I apologize ahead of time in case I butcher somebody's name. It's not intentional. I'm not great with reading names. So first up, Linda Schultz. Oh, I got that right.
Good evening, President Finley. Is it up? Oh, perfect. Thank you. Good evening, President Finley, Superintendent Maloney, and Board. I am here on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce Schertz-Cibolo-Universal area, representing the Leadership Corps class as an observant. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Next up will be Jan Ashcroft.
Hi everyone, my name is Jan Ashcraft. I'm here to speak as a volunteer with the Be Smart Secure Gun Storage Education Campaign. We're a national nonprofit program that provides free education to parents and adults on how to protect children from gun violence by practicing secure gun storage. Our goal is safety. Politics and policy are not a part of the program. Last week, a student brought a gun to Allison Steele Enhanced Learning Center. Days later, another student brought a loaded gun to Clemens High School. In October 2023, a student at Steele High School was found with a gun and ammunition. In 2022, another student was found with a gun in their possession at Steele, and an 8-year-old brought a loaded handgun to Rose Garden Elementary School. Secure storage of firearms keeps everyone safer by reducing the likelihood that a minor will gain access to a gun. Every time a child brings a firearm to school, the potential for violence is introduced. Here are some facts about unsecured firearms as they pertain to children. 3/4 of school shooters under the age of 18 obtain their weapon from the home of a family member or a friend. Firearms are the leading cause of death for children and teens in America. Every year, 350 children in America under the age of 18 gain access to a firearm and unintentionally shoot themselves or someone else. Additionally, more than 700 children die by gun suicide every year. Proper gun storage at home reduces the risk of these tragedies. SMART is an acronym. Each letter stands for something that adults can do to protect children. S is to secure all firearms in your homes and vehicles. Hiding a gun is not a secure storage method. M is for model responsible behavior around firearms. A is for ask about the presence of unsecured firearms in the homes of others when your children go for a play date. R is to recognize the role of firearms in suicide. T is to tell your peers to be smart. The onus is on adults to prevent children's unsupervised access to firearms. House Bill 3, passed in 2023, requires school districts to provide parents and guardians with information on secure gun storage and also on Penal Code 4613. The Keep 'em Safe Texas program that districts are required to use can also be supplemented and enhanced with our more comprehensive Be Smart program. Several districts across Texas are doing just that, finding ways to reach parents through presentations, podcasts, district websites, and newsletters. I'll leave printed material and resources and contact information. We hope that over the summer we will hear from staff regarding how we might work together to make our schools safer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Our next comment from Christine Yule, I believe that's been all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Christy L., and I'm an elementary librarian assigned to both Cibolo Valley and Wienerstein Elementary.
During my first year as a librarian in the 2021 school year, I remember telling people, I'll be great at my job in 5 years. I knew it would take time to learn the collection, get to know the students as readers, and build trust with the teachers and administration. I was excited to start my new career and ambitious about all of the things that we could do. We would explore reading material, and I would instill a love of reading. Students would talk about books with each other through videos of book talks, share favorites on announcements, form book clubs, and write reviews. They'd be inspired to tell their own stories. I'd offer materials to write to their favorite author or illustrator. Students would race to school to get one of the coveted Makerspace morning spots. They would practice the art of origami, use coding to direct robots, or learn how to use our 3D printer. You see, the library is the heart of the school. Not only would classes come in to find reading material and become efficient at inquiry and research, but students would gravitate to the place that provided them with fuel for their passions. Teachers would also request curated sources for topics in their curriculum and those that helped develop student social well-being. Only months after I was hired, we were told that we would have 2 campuses to manage. I knew it would not only be difficult, but this reassignment would change the job completely. I had heard from others who had lived it, but I knew that I needed to give it a try. I was one of the 2 campuses that would not have to share during the first year, but I knew it was coming. I tried my best to prepare the teachers for the future, teaching them how to use the check-in and check-out system, making sure that they knew as well as the students how to find materials, both by browsing the shelves and the catalog. When this year started, I was nervous but optimistic. I had planned to continue to make the library easier to navigate, meet with teachers and find the best ways to serve our school, and plan parent nights to share educational resources with them and truly become partners with them in education. I knew it was important to share all of the wonderful things we could do. The only problem was this level of support was unsustainable. I was working long hours only to keep up with the basic requirements of the job. I could no longer collaborate with teachers, bring in experts, and work with small groups to enhance learning. I couldn't provide the services I used to be able to offer. Sure, I figured out some things this year that would make things easier for the 2-campus librarian, and I will share those ideas with my colleagues and supervisors to improve on our current system. But I know the possibilities of having a dedicated librarian at each campus. Not only are there studies showing the academic benefit, but I know how much more powerful our relationships are at one school versus 2. I know how much more knowledgeable I am about our communities. I know how much more of a difference I can make in a student's life. I understand that you have some difficult decisions before you about where to invest. I see the need to hire more people in so many areas of our schools. But I strongly believe in the need to have a librarian at each campus because I know what we can do. We have to invest in our elementary librarians, and I have to wonder, if not now, when?
I'm saying that right?
Clendenin.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for the correction.
Good evening. My name is Crystal Clendenin, and I'm a paraprofessional with ALE at Byron Steele High School. I'm here today because on May 10th, several of you came to our classrooms, shook our hands, and told us what a great job we were doing. Those feel like pretty words for you to post on social media and pretend you believe. Most of us know we're doing a great job, but you have no idea, and it doesn't feel like you care. You just want bodies in the classroom. I know this because not all of us are doing a good job. I would encourage you to find out for yourselves who is and isn't, though. We've been understaffed and underfunded for a long time. $16.38 doesn't sound too bad for an entry-level position, but with days work, that totals just over $21,000 a year. The paraprofessionals in my department bring a combined 56 years of experience in education or a related field to the table, yet most of us barely make above the minimum hourly amount. As recently as the beginning of this year, you had several of us listed as C2s, despite your own paperwork classifying ALE and Bridge paraprofessionals as C3s. It would appear the district owes several some back pay. In January, I contacted HR to get my W-2 amended. 0 federal taxes had been taken out, so I assumed there had been a mistake. I was told, and I quote, "There was no mistake. You didn't make enough for us to take taxes out." How is that not embarrassing for you to say out loud? We're currently short several staff members and have been for as long as I've been employed, both as a substitute and a district employee. It feels like our department has been surviving but not thriving for a while now. Our teachers have been overworked and undervalued. Our children are falling through the cracks. Where is the money you're saving by sending us long-term subs who may or may not be a good fit and aren't allowed to do anything to alleviate some of the more challenging aspects of the job? Where is the special education allotment you receive from the state going? By my calculations, that's roughly $7,000 to $10,000 per child. This year, we had 33 students. Yet every person in my department has spent hundreds of dollars of their own money or more to enrich and educate our students. We're exhausting ourselves physically and mentally and taking time and energy away from our own families. The system is broken. A 30-minute lunch is barely enough time to retreat to a quiet place, warm up our food, and get a fraction of the mental respite required to do this job and do it well. I should not have to ask permission to work to support my team if there's an unplanned outage, especially considering how impossible it is to get a substitute last minute. Almost every half day this year went the same. Teachers involved in helpful work trainings, while the rest of us twiddled our thumbs getting paid to do nothing, but forbidden from flexing our time earlier in the week to work through lunch, work early, or work late. Frankly, we could all benefit from most of the same trainings the teachers received. Some of us intend to go into a teaching role. Some of us are certified to teach in another state. Some of us already have bachelor's degrees, and several of us are one-on-ones functioning for all intents and purposes as teachers. Spoken to every one of my colleagues, even those in other departments under the special education umbrella. Most would have been here if they didn't have second jobs to support their families. Almost there. We all agree. The question you ought to be asking yourselves is this: if this is the sentiment of the best special education department in the district, with the best admin team and the best support at the campus level, how do those in the other schools you serve feel? Thank you.
Any other public comments? The board cannot speak to anything that's not on the agenda tonight. We'll take all your comments to heart and we'll look at all of them. Thank you very much for your comments. Our next item is superintendent's update, and Ms. Malone.
Thank you, President Finley, and I think that Ashley's going to pull up the superintendent update. So that is at the Schertz-Elementary Reading Restaurant. I'm always amazed when I go over to Schertz. That was just a first grade event, and the entire vacant lot field is filled with cars. It seems like almost every single parent in the first grade at Schertz Elementary attended that event. It was really amazing. Now, my little guy there, he was a man of very few words. Wanted to get straight to the point of what he needed to do, and he did a great job. Well, we're going to always start with excellence starts with gratitude. We know that people need to be appreciated before they can succeed. In the entry plan concepts that we've been covering in board relations, we will have a future team of 8 training coming in the summer of 2024. We'll be doing our academic training, our ISO training, and that'll be the bulk of that. And then we'll probably have to